What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Shot Tank. Shouts out to everyone who's in the chat. Appreciate you guys. DJ Local, the tank is almost full, but we'll be filling up the tank a bit later. TST is on his way. How you guys
drunk
doing?
as hell too? I assume drunk as hell.
I'm the drunk one. I'm the drunk one, dude.
John had a fun day.
Yeah, I'm pretty good, guys. I just like bathing in ETH right now after flipping my NBA NFT, guys. Feeling good.
Dude, yeah. Oh, I think we all flipped, all right, at this point.
Yeah.
John, do you have two of them? Did you get two of them?
No, I suck at Discords and I didn't get on the freaking OG doggy crazy gangsta whitelist and so I only got the airdrop for being a Kings leaderboard guy, but I mean I sold it on the second pump and I think we're on the third or fourth pump right now, and I mean you guys have been in the weeds, so I'm gonna let you guys break it down, but I think it's just been crazy. It's been kind of fun to watch this.
It's been super, super interesting, both from just the market, economics of the actual NFT and the Twitter side of things, and their Discord just 24/7 being on fire.
Yeah,
I think I've been banned from it 3 times now.
It's yeah, that's great, dude. I saw you got a 7-day slowdown.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm surprised by is
I don't even think Dumbo hands out 7-day slowdowns, does he?
no, dude. He's a 3-day maxi. One thing I'm surprised, this doesn't happen with Top Shot. Top Shot hands out a lot of L's, but the moments don't pump. With the NBA NFT, they've just been vomiting L after L, and people are like, you know what? We gotta buy more.
They're like, yeah, we're gonna almost double the supply, and then people are like, yeah, now's a good time to buy.
Yeah. Speaking of supply, can we up our supply 25% right now?
Yeah,
dude, look at this guy. Yes.
Hey,
I told you he was drunk as hell.
Oh, that's my first sip of the night. Holy, needed that.
Wait, hold on. I gotta figure this out though. So, because I've got a theory.
Okay.
I think there's some shenanigans going on.
I think there's 1,000%.
Right?
There's 0 chance there's not.
And that there's some weird sweeping going on, because I can't figure out why the mint count doubled and people are like, you know what, we have to make this more expensive, and are just instantly buying everything. I don't get it.
The activity on this thing is wild, insane. Every time people oh, I got this airdropped, or oh, I minted, let me get rid of this immediately. You see it dip and then just gets eaten up and it goes back up. Like John said, I feel like we've seen we're on the 4th pump, which is good, TST, because I think you still need to get rid of yours immediately.
If I were to share my screen right now, I am on OpenSea.
There you go. Dude, yeah, let's flip it.
Yeah, let's flip it live.
I also have 2 of them.
Ooh, the double flip.
Oh,
that's probably worth a moonbird.
That seems like a scam, dude. How'd you get 2?
You gotta be leaderboards and an OG.
Did you exploit the smart contract? No, you don't. You just have to exploit the smart contract.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you seem like an exploit bro to me.
I have 2 and I paid no gas on them. So how about that?
Wow.
Oh,
no gas.
You didn't have to pay gas on either?
No, because they messed up. They just airdropped all the OGs that didn't mint.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I didn't mint because I was stuck at work.
Yeah. I mean,
so you took the ultimate win.
This is how you know that a project's on fire is they can't even keep up with their own floor price, and if you go buy now only price low to high, the first 6 are all all screwed up, and
yeah,
that just means the floor is lava, and it's just crazy. TSC, if you list for 0.275, probably I think you sell within the next 10 minutes. And even though the floor says 0.23, you could even sell for 285. I don't know, man. It's crazy, man.
Keep hitting me with numbers here. I like what you're saying.
Let's
Because
do
if you look at
0.28.
sales, right? Look at sales right now, and
It's like
there's
a 0.27 right now.
a steady stream of 0.27. Yeah, so
I would
so,
say
like,
dump
I
it
think
0.265.
yeah.
Just be safe. Get
Yeah.
rid of those things. It's all free. Like, oh my gosh. And let's break this down because I feel like I haven't seen anyone except on Twitter like actually talk about this. So
Wait, hold on. Before you go real deep, and then I'm gonna let you go. I just glanced over. The Grizzlies are down 3 right now. They were down like
know, yeah, I
20
know.
when the stream started.
wow. Yeah, Patrick Beverly was going off. He had a game break, like an NBA Street 2 game breaker at
I
some
know.
point in the game.
Yeah,
Like,
I fucking hate that guy. All right, sorry, go. But I just had to say that.
No, yeah, the playoffs are going on. So yeah, look at the chat. Like I listed on. I'm worried it's gonna sell.
It's gonna, yeah, probably.
It probably will. All right,
What's
so
rare?
let's
Did you
break
get
this.
some weave or
Get
something?
some rewards. Yeah. All right, let's break this down.
Sick.
So we had the whole fiasco with them launching like an announcement and their Discord, the doggy crazy Discord. And
Doggy crazy.
yeah. And so we all know about that where they tweeted out that they're announcing something. The time passes, nothing happens. Then they tweet out a Discord that seems like a scam. And then you get into the Discord, everything's broken. Like it's just complete disarray. There's no organization. The mods are like overwhelmed by like the amount of people trying to comment stuff. I think that that Discord ever not been like on slow mode? Like I'm pretty sure it's always been like at like a 5-minute slow mode. Like it's insane.
No, it's ADD in there. I can't look at that.
Yeah, it's wild. So that happens, and then after that, we have the mint process. They're like, oh, if you got like in the first 10,000 people were OGs, and then I don't know how many more people they allowed on the allow list. It must have been like 18, close to 18,000 people. Like there's a lot of people in that Discord, and all you had to do is submit your ETH address if you were in the Discord in time. So it's not that hard. And
For John, it is.
for John,
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
tough for
Well,
John.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
I'm not a
But-
big Discord guy.
Yeah, clearly
Says
we need
running
to.
a Discord.
That's a good point. He's more of a spreadsheets
Some-
guy, you know.
Some would say I don't run that Discord that well.
What are you talking about? You guys found a hidden pack. You found an Easter egg.
Oh.
We're back to
Best
that already.
Discord,
Like-
arguably the best Discord there is.
I'll wait till we get there, but I want you to know I had that Easter egg, but mine was packed as a grenade that I was ready to lob. So I'll wait till we get there, and then I'm gonna fire it out.
Hell yeah! But so they turn on minting. You and me mint. Well, you mint right away, Mike.
12 on the dot. That's what COVID does, baby. I'm
Yeah.
locked in when I got COVID.
You minted so fast, and I was like, oh, I totally forgot. And so Mike's been on such a hot streak. I immediately mint because I'm like, you know what? I got to tail Mike. I was going to wait till gas got lower. And I was like, you know what? Gas is over 100. I've never paid this much gas for something, but I am hitting that mint button because Mike has not missed in a while. And then this thing just takes off. Well, first of all, the mint count, they said 10,000 max for like allow list OGs or whatever. And then the mint count just surpasses that instantly. Like it hits like 11K like
In the
that.
11s, yeah.
Yeah. And then gets up to 15.9, right? It went up to 15.9.
I think it got up to 15.9. Yeah.
15.9.
Yeah. And like so the smart contract was terribly made, terribly coded. Multiple exploits were found by different people.
And can I just say,
Yeah.
if you are someone that found the exploit and minted up to 100 of these, shame on you. Be a beacon of
Give 'em
light for
back.
this community and give them back. Give them back.
Give them to the people
Give
you
'em
took
back.
them from.
Yeah, give them back to the people that were on the list.
Something was
Yeah.
for sale and you bought it. That's not how things work.
But no. Oh yeah, I tweeted out today that I purchased a Lambo with the 100 NBA NFTs that I got, and the responses I've gotten to that are priceless. That thing is still just popping off, and people are like, "Congratulations!" or people are like, "You are scum!" Like I can't believe you did this. It's
I
great.
love it. I
Can,
love it.
can
So
we talk
essentially,
about
the exploit was like you you buy and then you transfer, right? You were basically able to buy, transfer to a different wallet, and just keep buying. And
Right. Yeah.
like,
but there
that's
was
just
another.
kinda
So
wild to me.
there was an exploit where you could do that. There's an exploit where someone figured out how to do 10. There's an exploit that someone figured out how to loop it. So that's how they got like 100. I think was they minted all 100 at once, and that's why gas shot up to like 300 because there's like multiple people just printing these things.
Yeah.
I also read that it was extremely inefficient from a gas standpoint, and I don't know shit
It
about
was.
anything, but like it was like
Yeah.
cost a lot of gas or something.
Yeah, it was like it broke 400, I believe, for gas. Like
TSC,
$400.
what were you gonna ask?
I was gonna say, like, would have you minted 100 though? Like, if you were able to, like I feel like that was a
Yeah.
ballsy move as well. Like, I don't know.
It is a ballsy move. I
Like,
wouldn't have done that.
I
Do
will
you
say
know that it was gonna sell at that point? Like, at
But
what it was selling now? I don't
But
know.
I don't think you needed to do. I mean, I guess I'm sure the person who had 100, their wallet's deep.
Yeah,
ETH. But I think I flipped mine within like the first 3 minutes of owning it, and if I knew that, I would have gone and done it again. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
$700. Let's
Yeah.
fire it up.
yeah, just you're printing free money.
Yeah.
Money.
I guess also it was free. It was only gas.
Well,
like,
so that's the other
pretty
thing that's
low
wild to
risk.
me is like, and I mean, this is just how markets work or whatever, but like the premise was it was going to be 100% free, right? To pay gas, and then the Top Shot people leaderboards were also going to get like airdropped, right? And so I just feel like the initial like rush up to like 0.25 or whatever, that seems like extremely high to me off something that was like very free, like for everybody involved. Like
The
I don't know,
entire
that's just like there's like so much buying pressure behind it. It just doesn't make sense to me.
it makes zero like sense that it's organic. Like I am so convinced there's like something behind this, like trying to prop up the floor or like pump it up.
But
It
there's
just
like
doesn't-
you realize there's one wallet that's buying a ton of them, eh?
Let's go TST.
I don't know.
Yeah,
And he just said you're sold.
You secure the
How does
double
he
here?
know that before I do?
I see it too. Yeah, I see it in
Dude.
activity.
Blockchain, baby. It's the blockchain.
0.269, baby. Oh wow, now it disappeared. Just
Yeah, Top
Blaze
Shot
is
Talk, I
selling
see
like
you,
a
dude.
bunch of them. Yeah, congratulations. Shout out Finney.
DJ Local just sold his.
Let's go.
Even
Yeah,
chat.
see, like I don't know a single person that's holding on to this. That's the other
Well, I
thing.
still have one. I might hold one.
You should immediately sell
Fish,
that.
dude.
No, no. No, when's reveal? I'm selling pre-reveal for sure.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
That's the
I'm
thing.
selling.
Like,
7% of these are gonna be bench players.
yeah, there's gonna be a lot of Peyton Pritchards in there.
I want a dynamic NFT Bruce Brown.
Yeah,
for the
Kessler
collection.
Edwards. Bruce Brown would be a good one. He starts.
Apparently,
That's not even
yeah.
getting into the
Freaking
Nets
finals
bench.
MVP
According to
conversation,
According to Clegane's NBA Finals MVP, another wild take of his.
Dude, Bruce Brown's gonna be golfing in 6 days.
Yeah,
Dude,
he
yeah.
really is.
Nets are on the ropes right now.
I
We can talk
love
about
it.
that later.
What I'm not aware of this. So if you could explain in the chat, that would be great because I'm curious if he
Oh.
discovered something as well.
One other thing too, like, we're not the first people to bring this up, but there's been a
I'm
lot
down
of
for
like,
another Discord to like get some heat on some exploits.
yeah, dude. What
Let's
Discord
bring
did it?
bonfire over here.
Yeah. There's been a lot of like 1 ETH sales too, which leads you to believe that like someone can read the metadata and is like, oh, there's a LeBron James. So that'll be fun to learn
fuck.
after the fact. 'Cause
That'll
it's like,
be
why
super.
are you buying it for 1 ETH? Why are you buying 5x the floor?
Someone
Why, is that what Bonfire figured out?
Oh, I hope so.
Oh, maybe.
Share the alpha.
Because
Well-
wasn't that like the thing back in the day all the time? Like people like on early ETH projects, that was always happening. And
yeah,
People just didn't have their metadatas figured out, dude.
I do gotta say, all this reminds me is that like buying something like this completely worthless. Buying the Own the Moment TOC NFT,
Yeah,
that is something that's worth diamond handing.
absolutely.
Not just because we're sponsored by them either, but I'm sure
These-
it plays a part.
Season 2 coming out, a $10 best ball packs this summer, $99. The price went down from $200 to $99 for
Yeah,
season
Yeah,
2.
yeah.
we'll have to talk about that. I'm actually really excited about that.
So I got
But
the purple lights.
yeah,
I'm
but yeah,
gonna-
so
I'm gonna spend a lot of money on best wall packs. I can already tell you that right now.
I think I'll buy a couple. I'll dabble. But so this thing last night, back to the main story. These NFTs, the floor pumped to 0.5 last night.
It's so dumb.
0.5, like insane. Yep. And I was like, wow, did I just miss like am I missing something here? Like why is this thing going up? And during this whole time, you have people like Veerman who put out like a bunch of really good tweets talking about it and explaining like, oh, here's an easy fix where you could like not screw anyone over, but also not like the people who exploited the smart contract don't just get to massively profit off of their exploit. Like just very, if you, who was it? Someone I'm not giving credit to, my apologies. They were like, in my replies, they're like, it's tough technology to learn, but like it's when you learn it, like this is important stuff. Like this is the basics. Like you should know this stuff. And it's like insane.
Sorry.
Well, and like and I haven't really caught up with too much, but isn't this like this like NFT that like hasn't NBA put their weight behind this thing a little bit? Like
it's officially,
I mean, it's
like,
called
licensed by them.
NBA times NFT, whatever the hell. But like,
I
don't know.
They tied to any other projects crushing it right now?
Yeah, that's the other thing. But yeah, so it pumped to 0.5, and then they announced, hey, we're basically doubling the mint count and like leaving you out to dry. So this thing obviously it makes no sense. And then it tanked, and now it's like we're just seeing waves of like pump.
I didn't see this. Is this true? So their creator royalties to 10 to 12% while selling. I did
notice it was 10%. I was kind of
we sold early,
but I mean,
yeah.
Well, when I saw those,
I might not sell now then.
yeah, dude. Yeah, fuck the creators, dude. Hold to zero.
Yeah, dude.
I want whoever chose that font. I don't want them getting their cut.
Make them pay for the gas they paid for it to get to your account, dude.
Yeah.
TopShot Tesla says these are Eastern European tech gangsters running this project. I own their founders NFT. So there you go.
A gangster NFT.
There you go.
Wait, is that founders NFT mooning right now too?
Is that the LaMelo one?
That's what I thought.
Oh, is that who it is?
Yeah. Well, so they're definitely involved because one of them slid into my DMs after I posted
both of them are like in that Discord.
Ask for your address, right?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, he's like, hey,
sorry, repo your Lambo, dude.
Yeah, he's trying to get that Lambo back. But yeah, dude, this project is like, it is one of the most like hilariously like, it is the definition of a dumpster fire, is the definition of a rug, and the fact that like it's still pumping when we know as soon as reveal is going to happen, this thing is going to just like aggressively scream into the ground. Like, wow. I like, it's hilarious, but I also legitimately feel awful for like any new, like random, like normal people who like are getting into NFTs for the first time, and this is their experience.
And we've talked about this in like private, but I want to know who the fuck is buying these, because I don't think it's like NBA fans who are new to crypto for the first time. It's like, let me drop 800 real quick. Like that's what I mean. I don't think it's them. And so that means it's like people.
No, I feel bad for the people who lost gas.
Yeah. I mean, I did see that it's on the OpenSea front page. So like that usually does something. I mean, like it made the trending page or whatever. So like I think there's people that just kind of tail that. Yeah, DJ Local, so this thing's going to 10 years.
DJ Local is big braining us all.
Well,
if he just sold. He just sold. DJ Local just sold, and he's in the chat saying it's a blue chip.
When they flip an apes.
You FUD after you sell. You say it's a blue chip before you sell. You got it backwards.
Man, but I don't know if we spend another 20 minutes.
Brandon, just trading on volume. Like I think that like if you've got, I don't know, because I saw like the Sham dude, right? Who's like that, like kid who's like hasn't graduated high school or whatever, and that's got like $1 billion ETH. He like bought a bunch and then like sold at like 0.45 last night.
He bought mine.
It's like, okay, yeah, there you go. And
Wow.
it's like, that's like, so I think it's like, if you've got ETH just ready to fire and you can make like a dent at this floor and like, you can move the floor from 0.25 to 0.3 or something. And then you just sell everything at 0.4. Like, I don't know. That seems like a pretty good use of funds.
Man.
It seems
But
smart,
I'm not a
but at the
financial
same-
expert.
There's just so much. There's so many of these things. Like, I feel like, I guess if you have like 1 million ETH, yeah, whatever. Like, why not? But
We all do.
That's
Probably
true.
retire.
Yeah.
Personally,
I wouldn't be doing this.
I'd probably just.
If you want to know how much ETH I had to lower the gas to approve the sale thing down to where it was below $7, and I had to wait like
That's-
30 minutes.
That's such a sad feeling where you're like, oh, I guess I'll come back in a half hour.
And like hope it just went through. Like
Yeah.
you get that failed transaction, you're just like, shit, I don't even
Yeah.
have ETH to move ETH in here anymore.
Man.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. I don't know enough about the LaMelo NFT, but from what I've heard, it like failed or they gave up on it, or I don't know if I'd go so far as to call it a rug.
I think it's just
But-
stagnant.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I heard that they're people don't have a lot of positive things to say about that project either.
Do they have negative though? I feel like it's just like kind of like it was in the
I've heard
past.
some
no one
I've heard
really
some
cares.
negative things about it. No one like really specifically going in on it, but like
I haven't
people-
heard anything about it in a long time until this drop just happened. And the only person I heard it from was AG, but AG legally is not allowed to say anything positive. So, or if it is, it's like laced in negativity. So when I love
Yeah.
AG, but that's just his Twitter presence.
AG's the go.
Yeah.
It's like I bashed this person for all these reasons in the past, relist them all, and then but like they're all right now.
Yeah.
Hey, but this shit they just did is pretty dope.
Oh, man.
Oh, shout out AG. Shout out AG.
Oh, look at Pack Rip. What's up,
Oh,
Pack
shout
Rip?
out
in
my
the
guy.
streets?
One thing I'll say
well,
on this is
well,
if we spend another 25 minutes like bashing this project after we all just sold out of it, I can guarantee you that we made the wrong decision and they'll flip on us.
Yeah, listen, I've
Yeah.
been down this road with Cool Cats, both the NFT and the Top Shot. So I've been on the
Wait, you
wrong
had
side.
a
like-
Cool Cat NFT?
No, but I was on Club Top Shot.
Oh
when my
yeah, and
French father
Plunge was
just like
shilling that
shilling,
thing
and I was
so
like,
hard.
awesome, glad I'm here. And
Okay,
then
Your Cool
he
Cat
works for-
story. I got a worse Cool Cat story, dude. I got a worse Cool Cat story. I'm freaking Team Mad Cat Militia on the day of the Cool Cats, man. I freaking spend an ETH on 12 Mad Cat freaking militia dumbass things. And then I'm DMing Taylor Stein because he hooked me up on some stupid duck thing a week before that or something. And I'm like, Taylor, dude, I think this is gonna be cool. And he's like, oh, like, yeah, I'm missing Cool Cats. And I'm like, oh no, I think this one's cooler. And I bet freaking 12 militia fucktards, and Stein mints like 2 Cool Cats, and those things are worth like 10 ETH or whatever. And I got like, there was a time when I checked the militia, and the floor was just like 2 dashes. It doesn't even have a floor, dude. There's no volume.
You can't even sell for tax
Nobody's buying,
purposes.
dude. Yeah, nobody's buying. Like, you just have to
That's
send to a burn
incredible.
on at this point.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough.
Man.
Yeah. No, I felt the same way because I remember you going on Club Top Shot and doing that show.
I
and
said
me
like 3
making-
words.
Yeah, me making fun of you because you literally just sat there. Like
Yeah.
you did not talk about. They didn't talk about Top Shot.
I know. And then the best part, and listen, I love Plunge. But the Plunge went on this like 25-minute Cool Cat rant, and then was like, "All right, guys, I'll be back," and like left for like 15 minutes, and then came back. It was an incredible flex.
Oh, my
man.
god!
But I will say that
Incredible.
the like, because I know there's a lot of people probably watching or maybe that have gotten this airdrop or whatever, and this might be their like first ETH NFT. That the current price point right now is like a perfect example of how like expected value works, right? So like, even if like let's like remove all the like, this might be bot or volume, people buying on volume, or hectic, like, I don't know, whatever. running the price up. Let's say the price was, running at 0.28 or whatever. Well, that's because like, the Giannis, the LeBron, the Luka, the Steph, whatever are going to be worth 0.4, and then a million other ones are going to be worth 0.05 or something like that. And after reveal, all that stuff will shake out. But it's just like going into a pack drop right now on Top Shot where you're like, yeah, I'll pay whatever and have a chance at X. And then if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And so it's kind of like the reverse of entering a drop, right? It's like, well, if I, number one, don't think that I'm going to land this player, or maybe like don't have a great feel for the project, it's like, well, this is a good time to sell before things get revealed and all the cards shake out.
Can I ask a question? Yeah, I wasn't going to ask that, but that's a good question. I mean, they're not. They're not.
Can you ask a question that we have an answer for? At least?
Yeah. I think some of the hype, right, is the connection to the NBA, and I know that's like part of the reason why NBA Top Shot is cool as well. Has any
it's
of
a lot
these...
of the reason, no?
Yeah, no, I know. All right, but everybody's like, well, they got the license for the next 5 years. Like, so let's take. When has it happened? Like when using
Holy
a big,
cow.
Grizz are up. A big. I was actually John and I are both rooting for overtime right now, I think. But when has a connection to like a big time, and I can be wrong, I just don't have it off the top of my head, been like awesome? Like I'm thinking of like, didn't Adidas do some shit and Budweiser did some stuff?
Well,
and like
someone was saying earlier that Adidas floor is at 1.76.
Okay, well there we go. Adidas was
seems pretty
good.
As a 30K supply as well.
As someone who bought the Budweiser one, that was basically a rock.
But that's not, like I don't know. I sometimes wonder if we like falsely build up this idea that it's like, oh well, it's attached to this, and that's why. Like, why do we think big business is the reason? I mean, and maybe it is. I just am like, I wonder if that's something we continue to go back to, and unnecessarily so.
Well, what I would say to that is that like it's the idea. If any of these big businesses actually invest in this in any way, then they take off, right? Like if the NBA like actually puts their weight behind this, then this thing actually like this flies, and they give any sort of like, this is our first one and it matters for everything going forward, then these things fly. But if it's just like the Budweiser where they're like, oh, we're just seeing what people would do, we're testing the waters, we don't really care about this now, maybe we'll come back to it in a couple of years or whatever, then it's worth nothing.
Yeah.
So it's
and I think kind of referring back to, I don't know if we've mentioned it yet, but LG dropped like a super good podcast about sports NFTs. And one of the things he pointed out was like, look, like when you're an established brand, like an Adidas or the NBA or like Budweiser or whatever, you are not like chomping at the bit to try and like innovate and like create utility or like embrace Web3 or anything like that. Like you're like, no, we print money. That's what our job is. So if we make this, we don't really care if our customers like are satisfied or not. Like obviously to a certain degree we do, but this needs to make money for us. We're just trying to add another revenue stream here. We're not trying to reinvent how this company's infrastructure is. Yeah.
No, I mean, it makes sense. It's another dark.
The thing that blows my mind. It's like, okay, obviously there's some buying pressure behind all this, and there's people that think it's the tits, and like, so why do we like, okay, the last 4 days leading up to the freaking mint or airdrop or whatever, were like a shit show. Like, okay, the whole like, it seemed like it was a scam at first, and then there was the doggy crazy thing, and then it was like half the people left the Discord because they're like, okay, sketch, like I'm gonna lose all my money, and then like like I don't know, it's just and maybe they like already had everything locked in, but it's like, okay, if there's like a perception that is like the original, like this is how the project is trending. Well, maybe like let's take a week gap. Let's get our shit together. Let's like present what the thing is that we're selling and like actually generate some hype. And then it would like maybe even be worth more or whatever. Like, I mean, like I said, we're still all blown away by the value that it is at right now. But like that is after a like 4 to 5 day period of like complete mayhem. And then it's like, it is what it is now. It's like, why don't these fucking projects figure it out? Like it doesn't seem that hard to like get all your shit together, explain what you're doing, hype it up a little bit, let people get excited, and then fucking release the NFT and boom, moon.
Yeah, and I think Coop pulls a quote from that LG podcast where it's saying any major brand is years away from understanding like truly the potential of NFTs, like the purpose of them, like what you can do with them, how you can help like reward people, like your biggest fans or your biggest customers, et cetera, et cetera. And I mean, this is just another example of it where it's like, look, like the closest thing we have to that, whether it's good or not, is Top Shot, where they're at least like trying to do something like, hey, like here's playoff ticket. Like they've done like actual things, like while all these other ones, I mean, including these, like what is this going to give me?
I think one thing they could do to fix this is if they have one of their employees just like jump on a couple spaces. I think if they get them active in the community, just hashing out some ideas that they have off the top of their head that could drastically change the forecasting of the company, I think that is something that could really provide some insight and some direction.
Well, it's important they don't use the official NBA account to do the spaces, right?
They
have to do it on
Yeah, you can use my account. Use somebody else.
I think you need you think you need multiple of them doing it though.
Line them up. And maximum 38 listeners too. Like let's keep it like the low level of engagement.
Sorry,
what happened?
Not to rain on the fun parade here, but Jalen Brunson is limping off to the locker room right now.
No.
But Dallas is up like 13. Oh wait, I'm confused. He got a tech. But then he's also limping off to the locker room. Yeah. I mean, somebody in the chat may need to explain this better. But
John's limping right now.
I did. I checked my phone. I saw Ja hit the triple-double bonus on DraftKings. I got pretty excited. Then I switched over to the Utah game, and it's mayhem, dude. Brunson's leaving the floor, and he got teed up.
It's almost as chaotic as the NBA Discord.
Yeah, triple-double bonus still didn't get the flame emoji, though, that kind of night.
I know, dude. But he's over 5X, so he'll be all right.
Yeah, you're right. We're fine.
We're good.
Anyways, sorry. I had to get that off my chest.
No, you're good. We're
my
here.
COVID-riddled chest.
This is the vent room at this point. This is like a steam room. We got to all let off some steam at this point.
Can we talk about how it's stupid it is that Dallas is playing? Are we going to talk hoops? Should we just go series? Series here?
Let's just
all right,
go.
We're going to start with Utah and Dallas. Why the fuck is Davis Bertans on the floor ever in this whole series, dude?
I think
he's just a negative impact player, I think, at this point.
He's got some pictures of Jason Kidd, I think.
Dude, the Mavs need to run a 6-man rotation, and like Powell maybe plays 20 minutes, and they just need to run out Kleber and all the other boys and just fire on Utah. They should be crushing the series.
No, more redheads.
Without Luka. That's what's scary. Without Luka.
Yeah. Honestly, this is almost like it feels like an 89 Cavs show for a second, but fuck the Jazz. Every time the Jazz lose, I win, I feel like. So I'm here for it. I like that. I like that Luka's not there and they're beating them. Like, it's great. I hate that.
I know.
I'm very excited for them to blow up that team. I'm excited to see Donovan Mitchell. If he goes to the Knicks, great. Like, good for him. I hope the Knicks like actually do something for once. And I want Rudy Gobert. Like, they're gonna keep Rudy. Like, give him someone that'll pass him the ball. Like, holy cow!
I love it.
But like, do you guys hate Utah? Like, do you hate everyone on Utah, or do you hate like the pieces together?
State,
like, if
probably.
they were other places, like, do you hate each one of them, or do you hate like what they are together?
I don't like Quinn Snyder's Joker approach. Like, I think he looks like Heath Ledger in the Joker. But he also lives in Williamsburg. Like, he's got based on his outfit, he's got some scruff going on. I don't like that. I don't like Mike Conley. I'm just done with the Mike Conley experience ever since we had to be like, oh, he's an all-star. Let's get.
I pulled his TSD and my WTS pack today.
Right? Was there voiceover? Did that help the value? Like, I'm done with Mike Conley. They've got the lesser of the Bogdanoviches on the team.
True.
Donovan Mitchell, I can't stand because the thing that pisses me off.
I don't even know why.
So Donovan's a good player.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. The thing that pisses me off about Donovan Mitchell is he's like too aware that the camera's on him. So he's like, he'll like do something and then he'll like notice the camera's on him. He's like, you know what? It's like such this like fake tough guy.
Right on cue.
Oh.
Right on cue.
Yes. It's infuriating. It's so fake. I'm out on
Well,
it. And
Utah's
Rudy
like
Gobert's friend.
I think Utah's like they're like the Patriots to me. Like they're like the
What?
Like,
You
Okay,
are
okay.
really drunk. Holy
okay,
cow.
minus. Okay, sorry. Minus. Okay,
I'm gonna have to text your
wife.
wife to make sure to check on you when you're sleeping. That you know,
Okay, no.
aspirate your own
This will make
vomit.
sense. This
Jesus
will
Sleep
make
on your
sense.
side, yeah.
This isn't-
Sleep on your side.
Okay. No, this will make sense. This isn't from like a championship quality of team. Tom Brady's the GOAT method. This is from like a
clearly
this is from, like,
not.
a pure fantasy. This is from like this is from, like,
Rudy
pure
Gobert,
fantasy
Tom
players,
Brady,
Mike,
same
right?
animal.
So yeah. No. So when you like go to play fantasy sports, right, and you like the Patriots have been good for fucking 10 years, and you never
Mhm.
want to have like a Patriot on your team because it's like none of the Patriots players are going to do good. It's like the same for
Okay.
the Jazz. Like the
Yeah.
Jazz are like a
Okay.
good team.
I'm back
and
on
they've
board.
been good for many years, but you just like hate rostering any of their players on your team from a fantasy standpoint, and that's it. That's all I got.
I just feel like
other than that, they're not really
people-
like the Patriots.
That was
People
the most
hype up-
DFS take I've ever heard.
It is. Yeah, it's
That's
peak
all.
John.
That's coursing through my
John.
blood, dude.
I think
But
something else is coursing through your blood right now.
for me, it's just that Donovan Mitchell's in that weird like no man's land between like star and superstar, and I just
Yeah.
don't. And like it just
Yeah.
bothers me. Like I don't have anything against him personally, but I'm just like, dude, get better or get worse. Like, why are you?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where to stick you.
Also,
It's
John
kinda-
Stock
that's-
QAnon.
It's kind of like this NFT, the association. Just get better or get worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's like they were talking about that on the Simmons pod where like Durant had some comments.
The association
about, like,
NFT.
Yeah, no. Simmons doesn't know what an NFT is, dude. He says it's not the future. But
Me
no,
too.
they were
Me
talking
too.
about how like
Gun right here.
how Durant had some comments about like, you know, in order to win MVP back-to-back years, like you really have to like step up your shit in year two. Like you can't just do the same thing. Like you have to go to another level. And like that feels like what Donovan Mitchell is. Like he's been like solid and like a 25 point per game guy for like the last 4 years. He's always a fringe, all NBA guy, like in the discussion. But it's like,
Yeah.
Like you got to do something more for me. Like you gotta bring your team, like do something better, like blow up 1 year or something. And that just hasn't happened. So,
Yeah. He has
wish him best of luck
flashes
on
of it.
things.
He has
So-
flashes of it, but he's not consistent whatsoever. So it's just like I think that's why I like Rudy Gobert. I mean, I know he spread COVID to the entire world, but like besides that, he seems like a pretty,
Oh, yeah.
They're the
Pretty
Atlanta
solid.
Hawks. They're the
What?
Atlanta Hawks from like the like mid 2000s, early 2000s.
yeah.
They perform well in the regular season. None of them are likable. And then
Whoa.
then they're out
Josh
in the
Smith.
postseason.
I was a big Josh Smith fan. He looked like
That
the
makes
game.
so much sense.
I like Josh Smith a lot. I don't know
Yeah,
why. But I
you
always
and
did.
you alone. I don't know any Josh Smith stands.
I don't know. I'm not a stan. I just liked him. Like it's
He
just
was
like
a
Josh
huge
Smith.
fantasy guy back in the day.
That's
He was
true.
Yeah,
massive
he was.
fantasy
He was.
guy.
Big dunk
Good
Good
like
point.
steals.
Another good point, Federico. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Sorry.
Oh, last thing about Dallas. Do we think they have a shot at like actually making a real push if Luka comes
Yeah.
back?
I
Yeah?
do.
You think they can beat
Well,
the Warriors?
Well, okay, yeah, the Warriors.
I
are
would
really
love
good,
that.
But dude, okay,
I like
Luka.
how John was like, yeah, they can make a real push. How about the next team they're gonna play? Ooh, I don't know about that.
No, they'd play. Wait, they'd play Phoenix,
True.
or they
Yeah.
play Phoenix or New Orleans, which now is
Right.
like
Oh,
No,
weirdly
they'll
a
play
series.
Phoenix. Phoenix is way too deep.
Oh yeah.
I know, but right, this is my take earlier in the playoffs. If you want the best player in the series, and the best player in the series can win a series for you in
Yeah.
every series from the rest of the way
if the team
out.
plays defense, especially if the
Yeah.
team plays defense.
Yeah.
And Luke is going to be the best player in any series from the rest of the way out.
True.
Yeah,
I think they could do it. I think it's
Okay,
like a
speaking
fun
of
dark
defense,
horse bet.
I would
Yeah.
love it.
I think
I
we
would
go
be so happy
straight.
for
We go
Luka.
straight to Boston, Brooklyn here. I know this is going off
Ooh.
script here, and I know we had a whole lineup here, but Boston, Brooklyn, like okay, KD.
Do you know Bob
kinda
Cousy
got-
played against plumbers and firemen? Did anyone know that?
I love that. I love that so much.
I mean, yeah, but I was like, okay, like, yes, that's true, but like also
Somebody sent me that clip. Steve from the 89 Cavs sent it to me and said JJ Redick with the most Mike Zakarian energy I've ever seen in my life. We're like halfway through that back and forth. He's just like, oh my God. Like he's like, fuck this. I'm out. I loved it.
No, but so KD gets shut down in game 1, and it's like, okay, well, like that
He'll
doesn't
bounce
happen
back.
a lot. Like KD's
Yeah.
gonna bounce back, and then Tatum put the clamps on him yesterday. Like KD was like a non-factor, and he had like fucking 15 free throws or something. So he like
didn't he go
the
0
box
for
score
10 in
looks
the
all right.
second half?
In the
Yeah,
fourth,
dude,
fourth
like
quarter.
No, the second
Dude,
half, I
it
don't think he had a
was-
field goal.
Okay.
yeah. I was
Insane.
like the Nets look horrible. They don't do anything on offense.
Al Horford is 22 years old. Like he's playing like incredible.
One of
He's
those
playing
Atlanta
incredible.
Hawks, Mike, that you said
Listen,
wasn't like
I know.
That's right.
And then look, he left and won. That's not true. He hasn't won anything yet. But like they get how many points? I think that the stat was 20 points from Bruce Brown and Dragic yesterday in the first half.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
lose that game. And I tweeted this out today, but this Memphis Minnesota game was like the same shit as the Brooklyn game last night, where they had this big lead, they were dominating the game, and then you let the team back in right before half. That you lose all of your momentum, and it's a wrap. You're not going to win that game. Like you blew it. And that's exactly what Brooklyn did. I think Brooklyn's in trouble. I really do. I think everyone is just like, they don't believe that Boston's really good. But like John, you were saying with defense, like their defense is legit. Like they're going to
Yeah.
shut people down.
Did anyone think the Nets were going to win this series?
A lot of
Besides
people.
Cleganes?
No,
Oh
no,
yeah,
no.
dude.
lot of
I have like 10 bets on Twitter right now that people bet against the Nets, and I'm gonna
even, like-
sweep the floor of moments, baby.
Even NBA people though, like
thought-
Skeets had Nets in 7. I think Zach Lowe had Nets. Like
I just did not see any of those takes. I mean, I don't listen to a bunch of podcasts.
I think I
but
said Celtics in 5.
I said Celtics in 6. I said there's zero chance, and I tweeted like there's zero chance they win more than 2 games. There's zero chance they even push this to 7.
yeah, I'm going to game 4 if I can get rid. I have tickets if I can get rid of this COVID, and I am going to.
You can keep the COVID. Who cares?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
you don't have to
Well, I
tell
think
them it's COVID.
yeah, as long as I don't tell anybody.
Give it to Kyrie.
But that is supposed to be the game where Ben Simmons is coming back, and
Oh
I
my-
am
Oh,
so
yeah.
excited.
That's gonna be a
Okay.
train wreck.
Mm.
A
Is that
train
would
wreck.
that be the first? Like, okay, does that make the point spread swing towards the Celtics more? Like, there's no world where
No,
bringing Ben
because the
Simmons
public
back in-
dictates that.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but like, is anybody that's a Nets fan like, oh hell yeah, we're getting Simmons? In
Yes.
Game 4? Like,
Yes,
They
it is
have
wild.
to right now. They're
No,
dude, he
they're
hasn't
like
played
against the wall.
since
Nets
They can't
Twitter.
say
hasn't
anything
played in
else,
10
right?
months.
They
or
think he's
something.
the second coming of Jesus Christ right now. They're like, oh, just you wait till we get Simmons. And I'm like, this dude is like the mental fragility of like like an uncooked noodle. Like, why would you bet on him at all? Like, this guy is going to fall apart on the court. He's going to have a mental breakdown and start crying. Like, he is a loser.
Yeah,
Yeah, the last game he played, he was like kicking out late. Right?
yeah. I mean, it is pretty nuts. Like this almost feels like punishment that they're just like, you know what, we'll wait till an elimination game and then bring him back. Who knows? You know what though? I mean, the way like things work, you could, they win game 3 and all of a sudden everyone's like, pressure's back on Boston. Here comes
No.
Ben Simmons. But
They'll win game 3. I'd be shocked if they didn't win game 3.
yeah, the Nets.
If they get swept, that'd be hilarious.
I'm Celtics in 4 camp now. Celtics in 4. Celtics in
You have to
fucking
beat up a
4,
Nets
kid.
fan. You have to beat up a Nets fan first.
Oh, dude,
Dude, they had Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart was mic'd up yesterday, and I was fired up walking around my living room, dude. When he's just like, no matter how much, no matter how down we are, we just keep fighting. That's what makes us is what we is, and we keep fighting, and we keep coming back. Adversity, baby, and I'm like, let's go.
Is that what he was reading off his hand?
Yeah,
That was the NBA X NFT smart contract he was trying to figure out. No, that Mike Dub segment, he was yelling at like guys who aren't gonna get in the game. That was the best part of it.
I noticed that
he's
too.
like, we're gonna
We're
walk
like the
up.
12th
And I'm like,
man.
yeah, like no one knows that guy's name. He's never seen the court.
It's like I got
That
this
guy's
chair
wearing
locked
Vans
up.
on
Don't
the
you
edge
worry.
right now.
Yeah.
I'm moving off this
Yeah.
chair.
Go talk to Grant Williams, Marcus. He needs a pep talk. Not
No, he
Aaron
doesn't. He had a
Neesmith.
perfect game. He didn't want to touch
He
it.
played out of his mind. He played out of his
He
mind.
did.
Ooh,
He
Pool's
did.
on fire again. Apparently, not a
It's-
surprise. He's the
it's
greatest player
7-4.
alive.
It's
So.
7-4. He can't be on that one.
All right,
Yes,
let's
it-
move to that series.
He scored 10 of the 7
great
points.
transition.
These are great transitions.
Great transitions from the chat. So what's our take on the triple-headed splash bros?
Triple-headed splash.
Exactly, Top Shot Tesla. Thank you.
I saw a tweet that said, who was it by? I forget who it was, but it was like, how fitting is it that the two greatest shooters of all time that named themselves the Splash Bros added another shooter to their team with the last name Pool?
Yeah,
that's pretty
it's
good.
incredible. Have you seen that they're calling them PTSD? I love that one.
I don't like that. I prefer just like another bro, just Splash Bro.
Yeah.
It doesn't just have
Yeah,
to be
you're
the
right.
two of them. Right?
Bros
Wasn't-
doesn't
Yeah,
just
that's a
mean
good
two.
point. That's a
Yeah,
good point.
Bros is plural. Like, let's
You know
not,
what?
like,
Yeah.
rethink the
Why
wheel
are we
here.
reinventing the wheel?
yeah.
here?
Unlimited splash bros.
We
Yeah.
we have to get a Twitter campaign going. Just like being furious at the people trying to come up with a new name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is big. This is big. This is how we make the Shot Tank brand permeate
Yeah.
beyond our little Top Shot bubble.
Yeah.
Handsome
Steph
people
started.
trying to name them.
See, already our chat
No,
is
he's
going
not
off
a
of
bitch.
us. So
Tonight or
we
not?
got splash pad, splash cousin. No, we're our brand is now that it can just be splash bros.
Yeah.
The lineup name is Deadpool. That's good.
That's
pretty
pretty good.
Wait, so did Steph start tonight, or did Steph come off the bench?
I think
I'm
he's
pretty
still
sure
coming
he's
off the
off the
bench,
bench.
but they extended his minutes. He's supposed to play like 30 minutes tonight, I think.
Yeah.
So big debate.
Dude, that
like,
team is
can the
so
guy
scary.
win Finals MVP coming off the bench? You know,
No, I tweeted that out and got some heat. I said,
What
"Is
if-
Steph was just about to win Finals MVP, and now Jordan Poole is the best player alive." And people are like, "It doesn't affect his legacy." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right, because he doesn't get a Finals MVP still."
What happens if he comes off the bench but plays 42 minutes?
No, that's
Yeah.
like that's
Well,
like
dude,
Lou
he
Williams
scored-
territory.
Dude,
Yeah,
he
that's
scored
like Jamal
32
Crawford.
in freaking 24 minutes or whatever.
He's not gonna keep coming off the bench, guys. They're just
No,
he's
he
getting
just upped the minutes, but he's not allowed to start.
That'd be awesome.
All right, you can play
Yeah,
42
yeah.
minutes tonight. No started.
They start the game, they do the tip off, and immediately foul and just sub Steph in.
I think.
So are
I
they
think
going to
it-
axe Looney, or what's the play here? When it's like, I mean, Steph's got to be a game or two from starting, right? So Looney just gets the boot, or do they pull off the bench?
Well, so
I thi-
they said they're not like Draymond Green was like, no, we have to start him.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
maybe you start 3 guards. That'd be crazy.
Hey,
Why
and
not?
Draymond hated Poole. Draymond hated Poole. Now he freaking loves him.
Why? I mean, why not? Right? Like you're not. I mean, the Suns have Ayton. You won't see them until the 3rd round. But if you do, we're seeing it right now in that Minnesota series, right? Because they'd get
Yeah,
Memphis next round. They like Memphis will just go small with them if they do it, and then Steven Adams and Looney just hang out together like John Morant's dad and Karl Anthony Towns' dad's doing.
Dude,
They just like
that's
sit
funny.
next to each other.
And the fact that he looks like Usher is even funnier.
Yeah, I know.
That just
Dude,
threw me off
He's
so much.
dope. Yeah,
It is.
his dad is amazing. His dad's a legend.
But
Uh,
I do think Golden State. I think Golden State. Like I did that Twitter poll yesterday. Like who's your favorite now? Is it Suns, Warriors, or Grizz? And everybody said Warriors. I actually think like the Grizzlies have a
voted
legit
Farming.
shot too.
Yeah. Oh no, 100%. But I
Voted
think that's
Farming.
yeah. Isn't that when though like playoff experience comes into hand? Like I mean, we've already seen Memphis struggle, just like kind of getting their real first taste of like the playoffs. Like the Golden State is locked and loaded. Like these guys are ready to just burn through the playoffs right now.
I just think it's
Yeah.
hard to gauge what they're doing right now because Denver is Jokic and us 4 for their starting 5. Like that,
It
they are
really is.
terrible.
And what's his face is shutting down. Draymond is just shutting down Jokic. It's unreal.
Which is, I mean, he's still
Shutting down.
Yeah, right.
Shutting
He's
down. Yeah,
like
sorry.
Yeah.
14, 15. But no,
Just the
you're
fact
right.
that they're not doubling him though is crazy
Yeah.
to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and like, dude, oh my god, because so Memphis, we just saw, can go on a freaking huge tangent and just win a game by 10 points when they're down by like 8. Golden State, we saw that the other night. They
That's a
like
good point.
dude, they like couldn't miss, dude. They
Yeah.
literally couldn't miss. And I was like, what the hell? They scored like 15 points in like 2 minutes. And
That's
then
crazy.
but so that's where I would go back to like, okay, the Suns are like fragile right now because they don't have like, okay, Booker maybe comes back, right? But the Suns are more like the
2-3
solid
weeks,
team,
though.
but like, okay, so he is going to be out for the series. Is that like the final? Set?
Yeah, I think they
thought
say
he was just missing. Oh, last I saw it was just games 3 and 4, but they weren't ruling him out for the series. But
all
they
right, maybe I'm
rolled
wrong.
him
I
out.
thought I saw 2-3
Yeah.
weeks. Maybe I'm
There's
confusing
a
them.
couple
Thinking of
injuries that are going
Well,
on.
Middleton's I think 2-3 weeks.
Middleton's out
or
for 3
something.
to 4 weeks. they said.
Middleton's out for the series. Yeah, Middleton's out for the
Yeah.
series. But like,
They don't really need him though
do
for
the
the
Suns
series.
have? It's just going to be fun because like one of those, right? So one of those teams plays. Yeah, those teams are going to play each other, right? Grizz and Warriors are going to play each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
In round 2.
That'll be an
so one of those
incredible
guys is going to play
series.
the Suns, and it's going to be like the Suns, who are just like a solid team,
Mavericks.
versus like Pelicans. Did you say Pelicans?
No, I'm saying, well, no,
Oh, Mavericks,
I think the Mavericks go to the Western Conference Finals.
I would
All
love
right.
that.
I like it. I like it.
There we go.
But
There's
it's
my
Luka
big
gonna
balls.
start coming
I
off
think
the
it'll be an
bench?
interesting clash. It'll be an interesting clash of like teams that can just freaking catch fire versus like the big fundamental. Like the Suns, like, you know, are just like, I don't see them as a team that just like gets hot. They just like kill you all game.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What if the Pelicans win Game 3 though in New Orleans?
I
You think that
still would
game
say
even sells
Suns.
out?
Suns and 7.
Do you think
Well,
that
dude,
even sells
I-
out?
don't rule out the fact that Herb Jones is now going to only be on Chris Paul, and they don't have any, like, he doesn't have to worry about Booker at all. And like, yeah, whatever, he's just a rookie, but like that dude is a legit defender, and he was like kind of putting the clamps on Booker, and now he's just going to be solely on Chris Paul. And I
Booker
know, like,
put up 30
Paul's-
points in the first half. He was not putting the clamps on
okay,
Booker.
he wasn't. No, he wasn't on him. He was on. No, he wasn't on him. And look what he. No, dude, I'm serious. Watch that game. He wasn't on him in the first half. He was on Paul, and then he switched to Booker in the second half, and Booker tore
and
you know,
injured him.
pulled his
Ah,
brace.
big
So,
brain.
yeah.
And Jonas like
No, he-
eats up DeAndre Ayton too.
Jonas is good.
Yeah.
People
Jonas is
underestimate
my
him.
boy. Shout
Yeah?
out to
Yeah.
a little. Apparently, Jonas got I think it was reported that he got a DUI at one point when he was up in Canada, and it was because he headed up to Wasaga Beach, and he went through a drive-through, and his car was just littered with empty beer cans, and he just didn't give a shit. He was drinking beer through the drive-through and just tossing them in the passenger side, and the drive-through called the police on him, and that's why.
Wow.
Right.
Whack.
TSC, this is a little bit of a weird take for him to be your boy here because of this, right?
Yeah.
No,
The
he's-
shot take
he's
doesn't
Raptors.
condone. We do
Wait,
not, yeah. Oh,
we
that's
can
right, he was-
condone drive-throughs and drinking, just not like driving
together,
and
not
drinking.
together.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Big difference.
I think you're right though, Jeb. I think this, like, I don't really think the Pelicans are going to win the series, but I think it's going to go 6 or 7 now.
Oh yeah. I think it goes 6, maybe 7.
Just for Chris Paul's sake, I hope to God they get out of this round.
I know.
I
I know.
Dude, I'd feel so bad for him.
I
Like
know.
he would just get dunked on. Twitter will just rip him apart for the entire offseason.
It'd be
And it
brutal.
won't even be his fault.
It'd be brutal.
Oh,
Zion's
that
not
guy's
coming
got
back. Somebody said Zion's coming back. Is that
Yeah,
No,
that's
He's not
a
really.
that's a ball sack
Oh God.
tweet.
Oh,
Well, our man Ed Bass shared it in the Discord, which was really
He got
funny. But then
sacked.
people were buying it in the marketplace, and I was like, "No, guys, don't buy ball sack information."
Zion comes
right.
back in a Knicks jersey. No, he's not coming back in a Pelicans jersey. It's just not happening.
Man.
Are
All
we
right,
moving
boys. I
on
think
to
I have to.
TST's real boy? Okay, Mike, you got.
You guys should, yeah. I was only supposed to do 30 minutes, and I had such a fun time with the gang. You know what I mean?
Oh.
It's such a fun hang. Love you all.
Finally
Get
showed
well
up to
soon.
someone else's
Get well
channel.
soon.
Yeah.
I know. I honestly felt a little guilty. I was like, I have to show up to this, you know. And I'll leave on that. If you can't trust balls, All right, guys, I'm out.
Good point.
All right,
See you, Mike.
Good point, Ed Mass. Good point.
Let's move on to TST's actual boys, dude. Give us the play-by-play
Oof,
TST last
Gosh.
God.
Talk us through your
How-
superstitions, your setup. Like, give us the rundown, dude. I'm sorry, dude.
So-
I'm sorry, but you gotta tell me.
So you have to relive this PTSD. I'm not
can't
talking
even-
about the Warriors.
I can't even go through the superstition part. I need to talk about the fact that, like, I've never had to do this, but what the fuck, Nick Nurse? Like, that,
Yeah.
like, it made no sense, the strategy of the last inbound play. Okay.
Yeah.
First decision you have to make, either you guard the inbound, like the inbounder, or you don't. Okay. He decided not to. Okay. Like, you can't fault him just yet. But
Still
he
questionable.
yeah, that's questionable, but you can't fault him yet. He decided that Fred VanVleet, the smallest player in the series, is going to be the player guarding the inbound player, like that would be on the ball, but not. So he decided we are scared of the lob, which is fair. There's very little time. Usually that is an option. You throw it towards the rim, especially when you have Embiid. Why would that not be? But and Fred, let's put him in the paint guarding for the lob. Like, that made zero sense.
Whoa. Are you doubting Fred's abilities? The All-Star?
To guard the rim, yes. Absolutely. And then like it should have just been switch everything, like, and then have Fred double. I would have put someone on the ball probably, and then just switched everything. And then, like, if you're not, like, and then obviously, like, if you're switching everything, you got to, like, worry about the slip to the rim. So if you don't have someone on the ball, you put someone big near the rim at least. And if you look at it, like, Fred is the one challenging when it should have been more one of the two players that are involved in the screen that are switching. Like, it was just brutal. And, like, when he shot it, I knew it was going in. I knew it was going in. It's like,
where's the Canadian clock operator? Like, you got to start that a little early, right? Like, you can't, like, I mean, come on, that, like, 0.9 seconds, that thing was clean by like half a second. Like, that was like Derek Fisher. Like, that was Derek Fisher. Like, come on, dude, you got to start that thing a little early. That's my take. As a guy who bet on the Raptors to win the series, that's my take.
I bet on the Raptors to win too. I'm kind of floored that Harden is not just taking his team and dragging them into an early playoff grave.
He fouled out. That's the reason they won.
Big
when
brain.
he fouled out, I
Smart
wasn't
of
even
him.
when he wasn't, like, when he fouled out, I wasn't even excited because on offense we were just hunting him.
Yeah.
And, like, him on offense wasn't amazing. They were kind of like everyone stands still, and he was, like, getting some calls, and that's it. But
like, Tyrese Maxey is amazing.
I'm pissed for a couple reasons. I'm pissed because like the rest of the series is probably boring. Like, you know, like, okay, they win game 4, game 5, you're kind of like, oh, like, we got to, like, give it a chance. But, you know, if they go down early in game 4, it's like a boring game. Even like they have to win basically like 2 more before you're like really excited again. I'm disappointed for the people that won the Top Shot experience. They're going to go to a game and potentially watch them get swept. Like, how shitty is that? Like,
Top Shot's like, hey, we got some Top Shot branded brooms for all you guys.
Yeah, like, at least they have free food and booze in the booth, I guess, or the
they all just get blacked out.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I'm not there. That's all I'm saying. I guess there's a reason for me not winning it. Wouldn't be another Top Shot experience after that.
TST banned from.
If anyone from Top Shot is watching, that's not true. Please let me win the next one.
But yeah, no, that was it is. I mean, that's beyond Top Shot's control. It's unfortunate. Like, it's really cool that they're doing that, but yeah, it's unfortunate that game 4 is like an elimination game for the Raptors getting out. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Don't blame that on Top Shot. Blame Canada.
Like, okay,
they even kept the laws into place to keep Thibault out, and still didn't help.
Out.
Yeah, but maybe we should have kept George Niang out. He's been hurting us more than Thibault. Jesus, the guy can't do anything but shoot threes. Literally can't do anything.
Well, what blows my mind is okay, and I mean, I know all the schedule stuff is like predetermined, but like talk about this in the NFL where like a team goes like plays Monday night football and then they come in and play like an early Sunday game or whatever. But like, why are the Raptors and Philly have played 3 games in 5 nights? They're already done with game 3, and in Boston, Brooklyn is the same night was game 2. Like why are the Raptors and Philly on the freaking like the fast track to getting this thing over? Like, especially, and I know they can't like make decisions.
That's because Raptors can't win a game. That's why they're on the fast track.
Oh, I didn't think about
I mean,
that.
still,
That's a
like,
good point.
they haven't had
no.
any 2-day breaks, right? So it especially hurts the Raptors when they freaking don't have a rotation, right? They play like 7 players, and if Scotty's healthy, they play 8, and then they lose Scotty, and now they're down to like 7 guys, and it's just like that just compounds on it. And so like I just thought that was kind of wild. Like it seems like they have a huge schedule discrepancy versus like some of these other series.
Yeah, the Boston Nets, they just get a vacation like between.
Maybe I'll do a thread on like, yeah, exactly, dude. If they get another 2 days off, they don't even play tomorrow. They play on freaking Saturday.
I know, it's kind of crazy.
I need to address this Siakam comment here. Thoughts on Siakam deferring? Okay, first of all, this is my problem with like specifically Siakam deferring in this moment where he just whips the ball at Precious. Like he needs to defer at the beginning. That's what I would like him to do. Defer at the beginning. Don't go ISO for 20 seconds and then whip the ball off someone else, because his ISO game is so ugly. It is somehow effective at times. If I was the other team, I would be so angry every time he scores because I just wouldn't understand how he is. He looks lost out there. Mike told me he said someone tweeted out that it looks like tonight that Siakam is dribbling a football. And what I said to that is that they don't watch enough Raptors game because it always looks like he's dribbling a football. And the craziest thing is that every time he does that is he doesn't pick up the ball and pass it. He always continues his dribble after he's bobbled it a million times and tries to make a move again. He never is like, okay, like I need to reset it. Like even pass it and get it back and then go for it. But oh my God, like honestly, trade him. I want him traded. With Barnes now, like there's so much overlap.
Scotty.
Barnes is going to be a better version than him. But the problem is that now his stock was probably as high as it was going to be before this playoff started. Then they're going to flame out here. Everyone's going to look at him, and then stock's going to be low again. But just like they should have gone to OG more. He's
OG
boy.
was on fire, dude.
Like if you have a small guy on him, OG post him up because he's huge. And then if it's a bigger guy, just take him off. Like when they ran that flex action, got him in the post, like immediately good things happen.
Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss, TST.
It wasn't even that. I was like, after the first 2 games, I was like, we're probably not going to win this series, but like, give me like at least like 4 more nights of entertainment. And they ripped it away.
Just a little hope. A little hope would be nice. Bucks and should
chat. Dude.
No, but Zakarian's right. Like they didn't run in overtime.
Just setting them off.
They didn't run in overtime. They had numbers at certain points in overtime, but all of a sudden, also what I love about overtime, every single time overtime happens in the NBA, there's 5 minutes left in the game, but every possession they act as if it is 30 seconds left in the game. Doesn't matter what's happening. It's like you're down 4. Like they score twice. You're down 4. There's 4 minutes left in the game. You just came back from 15 to force overtime in the first place, but now there's 4 minutes left in overtime. You're down 4, and it's like do or die. And they like it's like insane what they do. But I don't know. Like they were sprinting up the court, and then they had like 4-on-3, and they're like, no, pull it out.
Yeah.
So Siakam can dribble 18 million times in the middle of the court.
The association NFT, by the way, is down to 0.24. It is continuing to dip. So I think you sold at the local peak.
I only sold one.
Yeah, local peak.
List the other now immediately.
Take your wins.
But
so I kind of want to maybe put this in and buy that OG buzzer breeder.
I mean, you can buy whatever you want. Just don't
spin my grail forever.
Just don't own a piece of garbage.
Is that a rare?
This.
Yeah, it's a rare. It's a series 1 rare though. It's a challenge reward.
Oh, wow, the trifecta.
Yeah, nice.
But Bucks, Chicago, and they have DeFrozen. Like they're not going to win. The TSC knows all about DeFrozen. So
I certainly do. The funniest thing, my cousin who like always used to bash me when like it was like DeRozan Lowry teams just being like, nah, they're gonna lose, and he would always call him DeFrozen too. So I love that you brought that up. But he messaged me when DeRozan was like, I'm not gonna shoot 4 for 25 again or whatever the number was.
yeah.
Or it was 6, I'm not gonna shoot 6 for 24 again. And then I just wrote back to him like, yeah, because 3 for 25 is not 6 for 24. And then he goes off for 40. So
I mean, yeah,
I know.
he was gonna have a bounce back game, but I mean, the Bucks defense was weirdly bad. Just seemed very unmotivated.
I wouldn't say it was guaranteed he was gonna have a bounce back game. I had many times where he did not have a bounce back game.
But I mean, he's they're cooked. I don't think the Bulls have a shot. If Lonzo was healthy, maybe that's a different story. Caruso looks amazing. Shout out my guy, but I don't know. I don't think the Bucks pose any like real threat to even this series, much less like actually like making a dent in the playoffs or scaring any team. And if they do, my hat's off to them and me being wrong, because I don't see it. I meant to make a Frozen 2 DeFrozen meme. I need to get back and do that because I feel like that'd just be too good. Like a DeFrozen 2, like because it's his second time being DeFrozen because he's on a different team now.
Yeah, I mean,
John, are you worried about Middleton being a?
Yeah, I'm worried.
Bucks guy?
I mean, like
no, this
like,
is their championship.
I'm a huge Bucks fan. So
And you have a Middleton jersey behind you.
Yeah,
you got that at discount. I saw that's new.
Yeah. Beautiful.
But
good. No, this is the Bucks. This is the Bucks strategy to winning a ring. Remember last year, Middleton went down for a bit, and then Giannis got that leg injury, and then they got a ring. So this is part of the formula.
Giannis's knee exploded. He missed one game, and then they came back and they won a freaking title. So
yeah, and Middleton missed part of the playoffs because of injury too. So I mean, he's just getting the injury out of the way. He's going to come back stronger than ever with the titanium leg, and they're going to take another ring.
I mean, there's no scarier thing. Like if I'm a fan of a team that's playing Giannis, there's no scarier thing in the history of like watching playoffs of Giannis just getting the ball when they're down like 8 and just like running the full length of the floor and laying it up like every time, like 3-4 times in a row. It's like, how the fuck do you stop that? Like he was doing that like in the second half all day last night. And like they didn't win the game, but it was like, what the hell? Like it just doesn't even make sense. Like that shouldn't even be like
huge galaxy brain move.
Siakam for DeRozan. There you go, baby.
You know what?
I think the Bucks are fine. I think it's gonna give Giannis a run. Giannis is gonna probably
light that fire under him
this series. Yeah, and they'll be all right because the Bulls had a good game, but I mean, it's been interesting. Vooch has been like a disappointment all season, basically. Like he and the rest of the Bulls started out hot, and then you could argue that like majority of the season he was a disappointment, and then like now he's been doing pretty well the first 2 playoff games. But like I don't know, I just don't think the Bulls like can stick with them. But it's just the Giannis factor. I think is going to win the series for him.
Yeah. I mean, and I can't wait till the Bulls win the next 3 games, and then people just send me this clip timestamped over and over again. But I just don't see it happening. I really don't. Who else have we not covered? I think that's
everyone, right? We probably did all the good ones. Memphis.
Yeah.
Did we talk about Memphis, Minnesota? Yeah, we did.
No, I think that's the last one. Really. We talked about it somewhat, like in like tangent with other ones, but I mean,
we didn't talk about Miami, Atlanta, but we don't need to talk about that one.
That's a sweep. Yeah, that's a sweep. Yeah,
Memphis, Minnesota is interesting, and if Minnesota, like when I checked tonight, and Minnesota was up double digits, I was like, holy shit! And then obviously Memphis just came out of a shotgun here in the second half, but
they ran.
Dude, I love watching Memphis play. What's crazy to me is like the Steven Adams thing, like. He starts last game, plays 3 minutes or whatever, and then they don't play him the rest of the game. And then I know he didn't start tonight. Did he even play tonight, or is he just like he's just like a bench guy now?
I don't know. I think for this series they probably can't use him, but I let's see.
Yeah, but think about all these teams. Like there's not a whole lot of teams.
No,
that
he
can
didn't
use
play.
him.
He didn't play at
He
all.
didn't even play at all. He was
Well, I
DNP coach's decision.
Wow.
I mean, I guess if they got to Ayton,
Yeah.
But like
You know,
doesn't. But dude, the Suns don't have a 4. Like they just play wings. So Jaren Jackson is going to be Ayton, right? Like
no, I feel like
is it-
you'd put Steven Adams on Aiden. Just
Man,
someone
I don't-
that's that strong.
doesn't Jaren Jackson always have foul trouble? I feel like.
Yeah, he had 5 fouls again
Well, yeah,
today.
I mean,
Only
that's-
6
yeah,
points.
that's a brutal part
But-
about playing Triple J and DFS. Dude. He's always going to foul.
Yeah.
Can I be honest here for a second? All I'm thinking about is this trade Siakam for DeRozan thing.
Yeah, let's circle back, dude. What do you think?
DeRozan's contract's cheaper, right?
Maybe, but
I'll
I
take
wouldn't
who-
want
I'll-
I wouldn't want either of them on my team.
I'll take whoever has the cheaper contract.
Well, how about you trade Siakam for Westbrook? I think
No.
get rid of him.
Yeah.
The Lakers would love that. The Lakers would love that. Yeah, all right. So enough to talk about the playoffs. What else was on?
Should we talk about the
Yeah.
Jimmy
Yeah.
Peacock wants us to talk some all day
Have
fire.
they come out with a freaking
Yeah, we are,
list
Jimmy.
for that?
It's a good question. I don't know about that, but while you're looking for that, we'll talk about how they the promo that they launched today.
When
where
does that
he's-
end? You guys didn't
The
answer me earlier.
26th. I didn't see your chat. My bad. The 26th. So
Oh, we
you have until
5
now.
days to do that?
Yeah, to 26th to spend $50. Apparently, it's not net spend, is what people are saying.
But they did that earlier and then canceled it, and now they just brought it
before
back.
they announced it as net spend, and the way it was set up was it wasn't communicated that way. So they meant it as net spend, but like one of the tweets or like the messages didn't match, so they had to cancel it. So now it just says spend $50. I'm doing net spend because I'm like, you know what? Like I'd rather be safe than sorry. Like I'm cool to like lose $5, $10 on like a deflation if I get 25 back anyway. And I got a Keenan Allen all day debut and a CD Lamb. I looked at the JonBoyBeats show me the data spreadsheets and looked at some own the moment data because they have really good stuff with all day.
Circulating
And
counts.
yeah, looked at circulation count. I was like, you know what? Like these, I don't want to buy a Russell Wilson because he has a bajillion more still to release. But CeeDee Lamb and Keenan Allen, I cannot believe Keenan Allen's so cheap. I know he's like nearish the end of his career, but still, $16 isn't bad. And then yeah, CeeDee Lamb, I feel like it's an interesting one to have. I already have a Gronk. I already have 3 Tom Brady's. So for me, I got those 2. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm gonna get $25 back. What about you guys?
I did the Gronk. I bought a Gronk.
Hell yeah.
I'd
already
already bought
own
a
a
Gronk
Gronk.
last week. Yeah, well, you can buy 2 TST. I mean, like I bought another one. I just don't like. There's just I'm not really big into the rares right now.
Same.
And
Although I do have a Joe Burrow rare.
okay, well there you go. And
Yeah.
so I'm focusing on the commons, and I just don't really want to buy any of the commons that aren't, a
Circulated.
lot of supplies out there. And so that pretty much leaves it to just be Pro Bowl players, whoever was in the Pro Bowl packs. But I mean, there's a decent amount of good Pro Bowl players. So I think like Gronk, yeah, the guys you talked about, CD. I want to say Diggs was up there.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen.
Yeah. There's a couple. There's a
So,
good,
yeah, I
couple
mean,
good
I think
options.
those are fine. I'm not freaking touching a running back until there's some sort of fantasy football aspect, and then I'll buy running backs.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to buy a running back moment until then.
Yeah. Really quick, let me share my screen and just kind of show, because I know some people have been asking, and I'm not JonBoyBeats. So just want to show, right? So this is the own of the moment. In order to get to their all day, you pick the product. I go to all day, I go to market, I go to moments, and that's what pulls this up. And it shows the circulation percentage. So I like to sort by that, just because it gives you an idea. And then you can like, if you're like, oh, like this is like a rare, or this is something like that, you can go ahead and make sure I'm only looking for commons because I'm looking to spend $50. So as you can see, I have this Tyreek Hill. That's it. I think I packed this one, but I just kind of went down this list and like took a look at some of these and the prices that they're at. And I wanted an all day debut. I didn't want to buy just like any random moment. So I also got that. And then just kind of took a look at which ones were available. So as you can see, the Gronk
I just sold my other NFT.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's see. Where are you? Oh, there we go. Attaboy. Look at that. Easy money. Easy money. But yeah.
You're flush with cash, dude.
I'm currently looking up what this OG buzzer beater is right now.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this is like a super useful tool. And then John is also like has his spreadsheets to show me the data where he also breaks down the circulation. And I've just used those two because it's a lot easier than clicking on every single moment and then seeing, 4,700 left to be released. And then be like, well, I can't buy that. And going out and going to the next one. So just a pro tip, like if you're going to buy the $50, I would just recommend spending it on moments that have most, if not all, the circulation out. Because
it looks like the pack drop tomorrow for all day is interesting. So I kind of didn't really understand that the whole thing was going to be historical. So like I knew about the Brett Favre, and there's like the
Cunningham,
10 out of freaking 50,000 packs are going to have a ultimate Brett Favre. And then there's a decent amount of rares. Here, I'll share my screen here. We can scroll through this. We'll scroll through this as a group here. Get everybody, on the same page.
Just while we're pulling this up.
84 bones. No, go ahead.
Yeah. That's a good price too. I was honestly, when they announced this, my gut feeling was like, yeah, I'm not getting this. But then they announced the price. It's like, I thought this was going to be $250 or something like that. Like the other packs they've done, the premium packs.
Yeah, not too bad. And you get 4 moments. So, I mean, that's, they're realizing that at least the, there's 2 ways they could go with it, right? They could go what they did with the Super Bowl, which was $250, but you got 9 moments, or they could lower the price and keep the moments the same. And so they chose the price route. But so there's 50,000 packs and you get 4 moments. And we don't have the exact odds, but I'm sure you could figure it out. So there's one ultimate moment, which is the Brett Favre. It's not his debut, but it is a pretty special moment. I mean, I'm a huge Packer Brett Favre guy. So this is when his dad died, and he came back on the Monday night against the Raiders. Just kind of blew up, and I think he's got a narration on this moment too, which is cool.
He already has a moment on the platform?
No, this is
no. Just TSC kickback, watch it, and just relax, dude. I'll show you.
I am, but you said it's not. Then,
yeah, well, I'm getting there, dude. And then legendary tier is pretty good players: Urlacher, Chris Carter, Randall Cunningham, Favre again, Antonio Freeman, Packers, Charles Tillman, Terrell Davis. Those are rookie ones: Charles Tillman, Terrell Davis, and then we got some rares: Lance Brigg, Brett Favre again, Ricky Williams, Reggie White, Anus Williams, whatever, Matt Hasselbeck, London Fletcher, Mark Clayton, Thurman Thomas, Donald Driver, Greg Jennings, Marvin Harrison, Jericho Cotchery, Dre Bly, Johnny Morton, Amon Green, and then we got a bunch of common. So Brett's debut is actually the common.
That's really cool.
So
actually,
he's got
like
4.
that.
He's got 4 moments in this drop, which is cool. I mean, I'm just a huge freaking Brett Favre fan, so I'm going.
They're all different moments, right? It's not the same one. I'm assuming.
Yeah, they're all different moments.
Okay.
And I think if you like the Chris Carter has a legendary,
Dante
but his
Culpepper,
debut is
that's
the
kinda cool.
common. Yeah, Dante Culpepper. Let's see, Randall Cunningham has a legendary, but his commons is the all day debut.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah,
Wow,
so
I
all
actually-
the commons are typically the all day debuts, which is cool.
I actually
and
really
how
like
they
this.
freaking should have done their actual like in NFL players now, but you know that's a discussion later. And yeah, so this one's Brett Favre. This is actually coming
yeah,
into the
4,000.
game for injured starter. Whatever. So this is like his first game ever, I guess. Opening acts. So yeah, mid count out of 4,000. So it's kind of like I guess it's just an all day debut, but it's a second year, so he doesn't have a rookie badge on that one. But yeah, I mean all the commons are under 10K.
Right.
Which is how all of the all day has been so far.
Is there
And
like a
then-
pattern to the min counts?
Somewhat.
It just depends on the set. It just depends
Okay.
on the set what they're
Got
in.
it.
So gridiron and looks like these are all gridiron.
So all the gridiron are
wow.
9,000.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't researched exactly what all the different sets are, but
Wow, what
It's
price
kinda
do you
interesting
think
'cause
the
I don't-
Favre goes for? Like 700 then? Like the Brady's at 350.
no, because there's going to be too many Favre moments to come out. There's going to be 4 Favre moments that come out tomorrow, and like, I mean, it'll be a cool test. Like, obviously, the badge will have the premium, have a little
Yeah,
bit of a
those
premium
are
to it,
rare and
but
legendary though. No.
well, yeah, there'll be a rare, there'll be a legendary, and then
That's
there'll
also a
be
good point by
an
regulator.
ultimate. But so I don't know. I like because like you see the Brady rare right now, and it doesn't have the same premium that the debut does, right? So,
It
but now
did,
we're getting
though.
all 4 moments at once.
It did.
Well, it
until
did
he
when they thought it was the
unretired.
final touchdown.
Yeah, and then it just.
Then the freaking air came out of that balloon real quick.
Yeah, that was rough.
I don't know. So you can buy. Oh, Chris is asking how many packs. There's 50,000 packs. It sounds like you can buy 2. You can only buy 1 at a time, but you can re-enter the queue and buy 2. Yeah,
That's exciting.
So yeah, it's good. I mean, I need to look at the list a little bit more because, to be honest, I probably only care about the Packers, and I probably really don't care about the other players. So I might just buy on the secondary market. But I mean, you got a shot at getting the ultimate. I don't know.
How would you feel getting a Favre Minnesota?
Is that one of them?
Yeah, I think the rare one maybe.
Let's sell, dude. Favre in Minnesota? I'm definitely not buying that one. Where's this one at?
No, I mean in a pack. Like I don't know. Like how big of a Favre fan are you? Like I don't know. Like
No, I sell the
That's
shit
what I
out
wanna
of that,
know.
dude.
okay, I'm just
Okay,
wondering, man.
so the rare is Packers.
All right.
Legendary. Oh yeah, freaking yeah, legendary. I mean that one's weak. You don't want your anyways. You want the ultimate that's out of 10, or you want the rare that's a Packers. So it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
decision.
Well, his debut in a Falcons, that's not particularly exciting either. So his rare is arguably
I don't
the
think
most.
that's true. He never actually played for the Falcons. Didn't he just get drafted and then traded?
But he's saying this all-day debut is in the Falcons jersey.
No, it says
No,
Green Bay on the
no.
thing.
Oh, it
It's
does.
just
Oh,
messing.
okay. Never mind.
He got drafted by the Falcons, but he never.
I just got sacked by regulator.
Yeah. Nico, to
Ugh.
answer your question, if you weren't such a Green Bay fan, would you be buying? Well, I mean, here's the thing about the all day right now. So all day has bounced back a little bit, and I think that's.
But is it all fake?
Well, I don't think it's fake, but I think it's a clear freaking. This is what happens when no supply comes out, right? And people are crazy and they just like buying shit, and so. When there's no supply, people are gonna buy moments and add to their collection. And
like when they
when
don't
they hear
add 12,000
about-
supply to something that's 18,000, right?
yeah.
I mean, people are buying that.
People are buying.
Maybe I
that
should
shit.
try that.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I think I think there's some price action there. I think there's a lot of people that are starting to get a little bit riled up by the fantasy aspect. I know Own the Moment has talked about that. I think even Moment Ranks has maybe talked about that, and even like Top Shot has talked about it. So there's a lot of the fantasy buzz around it, which is, obviously gets people going. So there's some buying there.
On the Moment's working with Dapper to make a fantasy, like based something that we see with Play. There'll be something like that with On the Moment, which I'm really excited for because I feel like it gives them the opportunity for their tool to have like fantasy like stats on it with the like circulation and price and all that stuff, which makes it just that much more exciting too.
Yeah, for sure. And I think so like that's why I think the market's been moving up a little bit for all day. And I think, the speculation on fantasy, yes, aside, but I think mostly it just has to do with no more supplies coming out, and people are also incentivized by the airdrops, right? So they announced that there's going to be airdrops based on marketplace spend, and people have kind of extrapolated that to completing sets and yada yada yada. And so, there's going to be some form of airdrops there for all these commons that are coming out. But like, I don't know. To me, it's just like still not good purchases. Like the moments that are like we all day posted like, hey, here's the top 10 moments by volume. And I think like 4 or 5 of them were moments that weren't even at 50% supply yet. And so basically that means like the announcement came out, said, hey, we're rewarding marketplace spend. And then people went to buy moments, whatever they had their eye on. And like those people are just going to get wrecked a little bit because like they're buying up these moments that are about to get half of the supply airdropped. And obviously it's going to go down a little bit. So anyways, I think like the legendary aspect to it, like this is what we've talked about with all day is, the NBA, there's 5 guys on the court at once. The players we all grew up came out in this last like run it back archive sets, right? And we like know a lot of the NBA players. NFL, it's just not really the same. Like the like I know a lot of names on there because like a lot of them are Packers, but there's like a decent amount of names I don't really know too much and like wouldn't be really amped by. And I don't think like many people are going to be amped by it. And so if the chances that you can get 4 commons and it's, Arenus Williams or Anus Williams or whatever the hell's name is. And like I don't know, that's kind of a bummer. Like it's basically
I just want John to open a pack on stream next week and it's just all anuses.
Yeah, just 4 anuses. Just a triple anus, dude. But like it'd be like opening an archive. It'd be like opening a mixed run it back archive set, right? And you get, Stromal Sweat. You get a bunch of like floor archives, right? And that would kind of suck for $84. So I don't know. I just don't see we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Do we know the odds?
No, I was trying to look at that. I mean, I guess we could kind of do the math.
Like, are you guaranteed? Are you guaranteed at least a rare, or are you guaranteed? That'd be. I mean, if that's the case, then it's an obvious buy.
No, you're not. Let me try to find some info.
Oh, it said there's a Nico saying he thinks it said there's a challenge that will come from that will require moments from this drop. So that could be more incentive to buy, which would make sense because I feel like if they're releasing a historical set, then they probably need to do some sort of challenge.
Right.
Yeah. I will say the $25 on 50 spend is way better than the current UFC Strike promotion, which is spend $209 and get $40 back.
Yeah. 209?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because
is it the like fight 209 or something?
No, it has to do with they just dropped the Diaz brothers pack, and they're from the 209, which is Stockton, California.
Stockton, so baby.
If you spend $209, you get 42 back, and it's because they dropped it on 420. So
they're
playing with cool little numbers instead of percentages, which is what if you spent $209 and you got 420% back? or 420 back. Like that'd be way cooler. But unfortunately, no.
Anus Williams gated Discord. Anus gated Discord. You know. Get that Discord that was pumping like the Cole Anthony moment and the freaking Trae Young Kobe tribute. Get them to hop on the Anus Williams.
The Anus gang.
Oh, let's talk about running backs. I like Corey's question. Why no running backs? My take is freaking running backs have like a 2.5 year average career, and even if you think a running back is good this year, they're probably not going to be like good a year from now or 2 years from now. And name a running back over the last 10 years that is impactful, like that you say like, hey, I want to own this guy's moment. And don't say Adrian Peterson, because that ain't freaking true. If you go on the All Day site right now, nobody wants to own that shit. That's what things are.
Saquon Barkley, duh. You know.
Yeah, but like,
I'm
never gonna buy running backs. I'll buy
to play.
If you need 2 running backs to play fantasy, I'll buy 2 running backs. But
I was gonna say, to play devil's advocate, wouldn't it make sense to buy like 2 running backs now before there's the inevitable fantasy announcement pump? Or are you just like that dead set on not spending anything on running backs, so you're gonna wait till the last second?
Doesn't no one care about running backs in fantasy anymore anyways?
No, they care.
Well, I mean, from like a draft standpoint, yeah, it's, you know, you're on the 0 RB route and draft running backs late, get your 3rd down backs or whatever, pump it up with good wide receivers. But like so that's another thing I think is worth talking about is there's going to be a point in time where it's going to make sense to like speculate on fantasy, but I don't really think that point in time is right now, because there's a bunch of comments that still need to come out. And we know the comments are going to be what's used for fantasy, right? And you'll get like a bump for a rare, a bump for legendary, or whatever. But for the most part, comments are going to be used for fantasy. So there's a million comments that still need to get airdropped. Then there's probably also like keep in mind the series 1 moments are only going to be like useful for a couple weeks. And then they're going to start coming out with series 2 moments. And those will be the new floor moments. And those will be what is used for fantasy, right? So those will be like the equivalent to like the 60Ks or whatever they're used for fantasy. And then on top of that, there's also now going to be 3 historical drops that come out over the next however many months that are just going to suck liquidity out of the market and into historical drops that won't be used for fantasy, but people are going to chase the $84 on these packs. So there's just like, there's going to be a point in time where, yes, it makes sense to start buying for fantasy, but it's not April 22nd, right? It's going to be, you know, more towards the beginning of the season, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, at the very least, I feel like if you're going to buy a running back, if you insist on buying one, like look at the circulation. Like that's like, I cannot stress it enough. I know John has like hammered on that on Twitter, in his Discord, in his sheets, and like using a tool like John Sheets or Own the Moment, I feel like is so incredibly important, because like the biggest one to me that stands out is the Russell Wilson. Because there's so many times where I've been like, you know what, I want to buy that. Like I want that moment. Like I'm going to buy it. And then I click on it and it's like, oh, there's 4,700 left to release. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the thing is going to take a bath. Like I can't buy it now. And that's a moment I legitimately really want and will buy once like circulation is released. So like, just if you're insistent upon buying running backs or whatever, like just take the time to make sure it has like a good circulation out, as opposed to like 50% or less, because you are going to just watch like so much money just fly out the window immediately. Yeah. 100%. Nothing super exciting about UFC Strike. I mean, they're doing challenges. They did a challenge for the first time that requires a rare, and the rare is the bottleneck, which is kind of, I have mixed feelings. Part of me thinks it's like kind of cool that they're doing it, because it's like, oh, that's something new. And if you held this moment, it's like it's a big reward. But I mean, the rares are out at 1,500, and the rest of the moments are like much less. So it's just like, it really puts a hard cap on like the completion, because the last challenge, I think the completion was around like 3,000. And this right now it's going, the rare that's required is the Clay Guida, and it's at 180 right now. I believe it was under 100 before the challenge was announced. And the Colby Covington is It's like some of these moments are creeping up. It's up to 120 now. And I think like he's going to be fighting Chimaev. And if this thing continues, is they're going to require that, and that's going to be the bottleneck for that challenge. So, yeah, pretty crazy that it's cool to see that they're doing challenges and rewards and like airdrops and all this stuff like so early with UFC Strike. I will say, like, it is kind of a bit of a like they're throwing things at the wall to see what sticks type of deal, I think, but it's also like they're willing to try things out, and UFC I think is letting them, as opposed to maybe a bigger company like the NBA, which is like very careful about what they do. UFC is like, yeah, sure, like let's do it. Like, let's release the 209 pack with the Diaz brothers, even though we didn't tell them and they hate this. but they're like, we don't care. We own the rights. I thought that was, I didn't think that was a big deal. People were going crazy. They're like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, dude, we knew they didn't know about it. Otherwise they would have like made 10 videos about it wearing a chain, like with the moment on it. Like, I don't know why people were so shocked that the Diaz brothers were not into it. Yeah, I do think UFC Strike is like super interesting because it's just like it's so black and white. It's like when someone fights. Like, so if like the last challenge that I completed, you had to have all the fighters that were fighting that day. So you can just look ahead and be like, oh, this guy's going to fight. You know what? I'm going to pick up 3 of them right now. And I think he's going to pump a little because for a definitive fact, it's not like a Top Shot Flash challenge where you have to like be like, oh yeah, I think Brunson's going to go off today. I should get him because it's most 3-pointers or most points or last field goal or whatever like that. Like, it's like really definitive. Like,
would you prefer it to be only the winners? So it had more of that aspect to it?
It would be kind of cool, but I mean, why wouldn't you just buy both? Like, the 2 people fighting.
How about like you need 2 of the winner or a rare of the winner, down the line?
That could be interesting. I think right now, because there's so few moments, it's a bit limited.
Well, so and there's also fighters that you wouldn't have that many, right? Like we'll have new fighters.
You have like maybe 2 to 3 moments like of fighters that are fighting. There's like 20 fighters fighting, and maybe 2 of them have a moment, if that, right now. So I think that's kind of the reason. I mean, that's another reason why it's really cool right now, is because it's easy to follow. It's like, oh, there's like in the next like month, there's like 5 guys fighting that I need to make sure I have. Like, it's not like you having to figure out bottlenecks and figure out like when someone's fighting and if that like they're what they do, if that affects anything else. You're just like, oh, this is easy. Like, buy the people I need.
Yeah.
And like it'll be required in some sort of way. But they dropped the 209 pack they dropped with the Diaz brothers was like crazy profitable. Like, there's only 2,500. Most people didn't get one. I think like 6,000 people lined up, maybe more than that. But the Nate Diaz is going for like 200, and the Nick Diaz is going for like 110. And it was a $40 pack. It was cheaper than the standard pack. So I mean, right now,
easy money.
So yeah, easy money.
Almost as easy as these NBA NFTs, which Corey's wondering about. I got like, between the 2 of them, I got like $1,500, and like up here in Canada, that's like $4,000.
Jeez, what are they at now? They're dipping. It's at 0.21.
How much poutine, dude? How much poutine?
Oh, that's like poutine for a year.
Lifetime supply.
Or some people call it, you getting a pooter?
Pooter.
You getting a pooter?
Wow.
What is it? A 2-piece, or what's a
Toonie Tuesday?
$2?
Tim Hortons Tuesday?
What do you call the $2 coin? Like a freaking
a toonie.
Oh, wow.
Toonie, Toonie pooter.
There's
loonies
a lot of
and toonies. Loonies and toonies.
Yeah, loonies and toonies. Pooter.
Attaboy. Did you get this airdrop, the consigliere, or did you have to mint it? Curious.
Corey, I sold one for 0.269 and one for like 0.24 or something like that.
Not bad at all. Yeah, that one felt good. That felt like the easiest W of my life, considering we all know where this is going, and that is straight into a dumpster fire. So
I don't know. I might pick one up on the dip after.
I'm gonna
The
pick one.
reveal.
I'm gonna pick up like 10 at 0.001. Like I'm gonna stack. I'm gonna get a bunch of them, but they're gonna be like incredibly cheap. I'm just gonna have all the Bruce Browns and like Grayson Allens and Wesley Matthews and like AO. Maybe I'll pick up an AO. Maybe that would be kind of cool. Get a rookie guy. But yeah, I think once reveal happens, like this thing just goes into the trash. But I mean, 3.3K ETH traded on this thing. I don't understand it.
That's
But
not nothing.
the owner count is just steadily just going down. So I think it's a pretty good indication of where this thing's going. Oh, nice. All right. I think we're gonna I think the dip will come tomorrow, Aaron, once they reveal and 67% of people get a bench player. And like out of the 33%, like less than half of that get a star. Like if you get Spencer Dinwiddie, like that's better than a bench player, but that's not a Luka. That's not a Giannis, you know. But yeah, Corey, if I was ever giving financial advice, it would probably be to sell your association NFT before the reveal.
And then buy back, someone you want.
Yeah. Buy what you love. You know, that's what it's all about. Collecting what you love, right? All right. I think we're going to call it there. A nice light under 2-hour stream for the Shot Tank. Thanks everyone for tuning in and hanging out. Hopefully we answered some of your questions. I know there were some in the chat that we didn't get to, so always feel free to DM me. And if you have any questions or tweet at me or whatever, I love talking about this stuff a little too much almost.
DM game strong.
Thank you to the Association NFT for purchasing me a Lambo.
And sponsoring the show. Personally sponsoring me this show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, your income per hour this stream is unreal.
It was a lot more than my parent-teacher interviews, I can tell you that.
Thank you to Own the Moment for sponsoring the show and for making sick tools to use that allow us to provide solid information. And thanks TST and John for jumping on the AJB channel, and hyped to do it on the TST channel next week.
See y'all then.
Nice.
All right. Thanks,